want to ride under Alex Oti and their emotion and other things based on Abia State and other things. That all of them who question opposition to him, question speak out. All of them now went into they come to Labour Party. Or this okay, where's the opposition? Everyone opposition in Abia State, but they are divided. And secondly, people questioning Aaron for election, that office is they capable to challenge him both in qualification and other performance. They all withdraw for other ambitions. That is why in Abia State or DVK opposition.
Thank you very much. Biko onye na-abata choice oyere anyị na-agbanyela anyị kamera on ka anyị ma nọ anyị na mmadụ na-ekwu okwu apamedis na-ekwu okwu anyị afụghị ihe before now ọ na kamera ya na-enwe issue and we needed to hear what he's saying. So ọrụ onye ya na mahadu, put on your camera on for us if you want to join us, please, so that we will take your questions.
Why treat camera on? Okay, hold on. Okay.
Are you up to 1,000 followers?
HM.
Okay.
HM Namero 1,000 followers.
Can you confirm that you are the one on your profile?
Of course. I'm the one on my profile.
Choma, can we permit some people, if we confirm that they are the ones on their profile, because they may have something very tangible to say.
Just sometimes it's there. Just click on the thing that has two heads and two shoulders on the bottom side.
No. If you're not up to 1,000 followers, TikTok will not give you access.
Yeah, I gotta be on live, but on my account also, because my whole thing is I hate breaking rules. They break a rule now. A rule, but also a break here. But it's up to you. You see me that I'm speaking. I am a co-host in this room. Before you at least know that a human being is speaking. So I'll tell you. Thank you. Now I break this rule now. You know, you may need to break the rule. So Obiye decided that there's another maybe another way to confirm. Maybe you wear phone, Jen na the page, mama. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's like a two-factor authentication. He break the rule today, bam. Oh, when they are here now, say what? That's why. But you decide. Obro Simba. But if Obon Obronya Abia, it might be important to break that rule because we need a little bit more clarity to what's on your So I think we can use that condition to allow.
1 minute.
Insight. Yeah, we need the insight anyway. Also, no, yes.
I think can you Okay, so Oruonye, over to you. You have the floor. Introduce yourself. Go ahead, you introduce your. You go ahead, please.
Okay, I'm Prince Chidebubo Onyebule Oruonye. Akwanomonye Umuahia North, Abia State. Na Umuahia North, Awumonye Nkatibeko. Site na amara Chineke, Awumanne Nnamdi Kalu. The commander na fofu no bieba. So ịga n'ihu ihe agba n'aka ọkwa na onye iberibe na-eji nyele ya. Na-aghọta Abia State adịghị otu ọ dị before ọ ihe we obi ụtọ ndị Abia. Ọ ya wụ ihe opposition ọhụrụ gbalaga. Na ihe dị iche adịla. And ihe ahụ dịkwa na Abia State onwe onye n'ime ha pụrụ inye ya half. Onwe pụrụ inye ya 1%. 1% ihe lile wo position echikọtacha ha pịa ya aka ị ga-apịfta somebody ga-enyele anyị 1% ihe Alex Oti na-eme na Abia State. Onye ha hụrụ gbalaga. onwe anywhere na Abia steeti ị ga-etinye isi ya as in bibi mee campaign ihe people dị interested aghara iwu jos irikpo ego gị mee keshọn na etere gị pọtọpọtọ na election day maka onwe ihe wụ nkwa politicians na-ekwu anyị na-anụbeghị. ọwụkwana this last election ka Alex bidoro win election niile Alex oti pụtara o win chere ọwa amara Chineke doro Nigeria niile anya wụ na Alex win this last one. So ihe awụghị amara Chineke gị mechara anyị abịa were tie epele. Not to talk of the fact that no a governor this so down to earth that he allow people to do what they want to do. On the way my brother kwuru last iwe but anyị adịghị care. You won't force us to do things the way you want us to do. We are a people. We have our free mind. Alex Oti pụtara on the issue of sit at home. Ya say that na onye ọbụla dị free ịpụta ahịa on Monday. Mee ihe ọbụla machiri ya on Monday. Na nke isi na a na-eme sit at home enforce na ọ pụghị ime na Abia steeti na onye ọbụla pụtara ahịa mmadụ agbọ gị taa na gị kpọọ ye steeti contact ị ga-akpọ. My brother kwuru will bear you witness that no Umuahia onwe ihe dịka sit at home no Umuahia right from the time they declare you sit at home. I na-eme observe no Umuahia. Ọwụghị maka na police juru anywhere ọ maka na agụrụ dị onye ọbụla na-achọ ihe ọ ga-eri so nwa onye ọbụla gị hapụ ihe ọ chọrọ ịchụ afọ ya gaa n'ọnwa n'ụlọ doing nothing. Mgbe ha nọ na-eme enforce mana ndị na-eme enforce na-eme ma n'Imo steeti ma anywhere ị ga-ahụkwa ndị ji ya na-agụ nkwadata na Nnamdi Kanu shi Umuahia but ọsọsọ Umuahia ndị na-eme sit at home. Umuahia ọwụ na Abia steeti ka ọ nọ. So it is what the people want. A wise governor will dance to the tune of his people. It is a foolish governor that will force his people to do what they don't want to do. You are there to serve the people. You are not there for the people to serve you, to do what you want. It is what the people want that you are supposed to do. I will agree with him on the area of the airport. Airport adegi so important in that we've seen Ebonyi State, Anambra State that their airport are there viable. So airport are that such a viable project to do. On the area of investing the money on a invest in an airport on project like power plant, gas plant, all the very acceptable. But the question on ground should be from the fund Abia State is getting and the project Abia State is doing. What is the balance sheet looking like? Eganyo na aba n'ọrụ ka na akọna ya akọna. As na ọwụ PDP ma wee PC pocha anya ga na-akpọ ka ihe. Ị ga-ama that na ego gị na-agagodi n'izi ozigizaga onwe nke na-aba n'ọrụ na akụkọ ka ị ga na-anọ the story. Project ịchịhụ project ga-agba TV. But ịchịhụ project na Abia State ga-agagharị. So ya wụrụ ya onye ejikwela Alex Oti atụcha anya bara biko arịrịọ m chọrọ ịrịọ.
Praise, hold on, we have questions for you. You know, when the last speaker was speaking, if you were paying attention, he was calling names, he was calling streets. What are gonna anyị ga-ala ekwana ka ịkpọchakwa n'afa enwekwana na ihe ọjọọ ọ sị isi na Alex Oti alụgo ihe a ka ihe ọrụ gwa anyị ebe we can confirm. Then on sit at home, you made mention that na governor, a sitting governor, executive governor of a state, but I say ihe ọbụla sọ gị ngị mee on Monday. Ihe ọbụla sọ gị a sitting governor.
He made that statement in Ariaria. He came with Manda Mio, Manda Poniso, Manda Ngini, because there was an incident that happened. Yes, somebody was kidnapped in that market. within
Okay.
few hours.
Do you agree
Rescue
that
the man.
na asebe onye ọbụla ihe ọbụla chọrọ ya ihe ọbụla sọrọ ya anya mee? Do you know that we may not be needing government? Ọbụna onye ọbụla asị ọbụla ihe ọbụla, because somebody said here, he said Legacy TV Nigeria, he said Oga, sit at home needs to be abolished openly by any honest governor. From the onset of time, we know what happens on Monday. From the Mbamo Monage, it's just like, please mute your mic so that you will. Mbamo Monage, we go to church on Sunday. And on Monday, we go to work. And then something happened and interrupted that system. Something happened and interrupted that system. Are you saying that or not the normal governor say that thing happened? Are you not saying that somebody should say this is what should be happening on a Monday and it should be happening? There's what we call implementation. There's what we call execution. That is why we have executive government. Open in government, three arms of the government. The judiciary, the kezen kosokwa, then where executive arm. Some you execute it, but sometimes the people don't even know how to go about this. A governor Gasege, if you allow people to do whatever they want to do, main road will be taken over by street hawkers. Express, ABIA, you will see people selling on the road. But anywhere governance, anywhere law and order, anywhere people that will say you are supposed to do this on a Monday, on a Tuesday, you are supposed to pay your tax. We need money on Monday. So please react to this thing. They say now, Governor Bia say unu me on Monday. Do you think is right? As already very logical. Go ahead, please, my brother.
Those markets or government
please, come again. Start again because your mic was mute before. Start again so that we'll hear you.
Now, to be frank with you, these are individuals who have the right to open their shop even on Sundays, and they choose to close it on Monday. It is them exercising their free will. It is my shop. Law and beginning when end. You don't exercise law beyond its boundaries. So the people are within their rights under Nigerian law. With the part to that it is under Nigerian law that you can open your shop when you want and close it when you don't want, unless there is coffee.
What's the law?
Unless
What's the law, please? What's the law? Do you pay tax? Are you a taxpayer?
Human rights.
Are you a taxpayer?
Yes, I pay tax.
Do you ordinarily go to the tax?
To talk about now, about the tax area.
Do you ordinarily go to the government to pay tax?
How many people now? No, wait. Let's talk about the tax because you are using the tax now as a reasonable argument.
I want to establish
how many people
something.
can go continue?
I want to establish something.
Over millions of unemployed.
I want to establish something. It's a no free will to open shop and not to open shop. So I want to ask you whether do you freely go to government to pay your tax, or do they come to you and say pay your tax? Most times, government come to us to tell us to pay our tax.
You go to government. You go to government to declare your tax. From the current law, you got to internal revenue to declare your tax.
Most times, do we do that?
Law abiders do it. How many people name abide the law? Anybody name abide the law goes to the
I'm talking to you about free will. When you allow people do what they want to do freely, most times they do the wrong thing. If you allow people to pay their tax whenever they want, you will see that they will fail to pay their tax. That is how sometimes this money start home is. If you don't checkmate it, there was an interruption. There was an interruption. This was not normal. You want to go now? So you telling me that people are
The
free?
interruption,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me go ahead, please.
Hold on 1 second.
the interruption notwithstanding, talking about the tax in a lose from the people who were shops, how have you treated the people who will get job? In your job, because people in a job pays you tax. Create a job for the unemployed, they will pay you tax. There are millions of Nigerian youth who are not unemployed, but on the way shop where you're consigned. People who just go how
You are now
shop
digressing. You
now
are now
run here
digressing.
all on their own.
You are
Yeah,
Prince.
no, I'm not digressing because
You're the one. You're the one. You're the one that is
You understand?
digressing.
You are talking about that.
hold on, sir. Please, everybody, just hold on.
You are talking
Okay.
about tax.
Everybody, just hold on, okay? Because I know adaba. Markets are not owned by individuals. I'm not talking about American markets now. Okay, because in a law, I hate when people misquote the law on Takashimonte. The markets in a car that is in Onitsha, in Umagara Onitsha, in MBC, is not owned by the people who own the individual stores in that. The market is owned by the government. That is why a government can come now. That is why during Ikbazo's time, he went to Imahia in Umahia and he closed it and he relocated people to different places and he gated it. Again, markets are not owned by individuals. That is number one. Number two, non-state actors cannot create the abnormality. In this particular case, a sit at home is not something, it is out of the ordinary. This is not Nina Jesabat on a Saturday. He decided on Sunday. Monday in any part of the world, it is the beginning of the week. There is no justification. Number one, as a non-state actor, you do not own the markets. The reason why Soludo was able to turn their number shop get for 1 week. Did you realize that none of them could say, nah, I shop, I will do whatever? Again, markets, your local markets are owned by your local government. Your area market is an international market. You are from Anambra State, bam. How much did Anambra lose every single Monday of sit at home? In that briefing that day when Anona bought the number, you were there. When people who are economists, Mr. Apa, who was on the stage earlier, is a businessman in a business here. If that man, his opinion as a business owner, when a shop doesn't matter, and you say it is free will. If it is free will, it will not have been enforced in the first place. Obro this thing on Friday, if I brought Saturday, Obro this Sunday. This is Monday, the beginning of the week. On a Monday. It's not that they are exercising their free will. It's like your child coming now singing, "Oh, Superman, I'm Superman, I'm Batman, I'm going to jump out of the window." You say, you know what? Yeah, you have the free will to do that. Now, that doesn't work that way because you're the parent. But in this case, it's not even a parent-child. The market is owned by the government. Only the government can decide closing it by sanitation. That is policy enabled. There was no policy that enforced sit at home. Sit at home was organized, ordered, commanded, enforced with violence by people who were non-state actors. In any part of the world, most of you here, adults from Nigeria, when you go to these saner climates, you know that it's not feasible to even imagine it. Oru na Monday je akwụkwọ, oru na Monday ụmụ gị eje akwụkwọ, oru na Monday ị gaga were overtime on top of it. It's not free will. That is not free will. That is not free will. The governor has removed that responsibility, and we can say that he's playing politics, which is fine. But we will not come here on this stage and say because no free will. Ndị nke civil servants, Abia State and Imo State particularly are two civil service type of states. Me wuro like a Mr. Apam onye na-ere ahịa. Iwu onye civil servant. Me bro civil servant, ibu student. Me bro student, ibu maybe handbag carrier for one politician. If me bro, iwu a graduate that is looking for a job, or you're just doing petty trading. 64% of the economy in Nigeria, not just the southeast, is informal economy. So it means that for Anambra State, that is one state, to be losing 19.1 billion every Monday. Area market, I say, oh, it can be the Japan, it can be the Japan, it can be the Japan of the no. Area can be the area. Because as far back as the early 90s, my dad would leave America and go to area market to have them sew suits. I'm talking about Italian quality suits in area market. So you're not talking to somebody who has lived in America to the point where her brain doesn't function. If you don't know what the law says,
So
the first thing you don't come in. Don't come in. I am in it. There are certain impressions that have to be corrected, and this is inconsequential whether or not you agree with Apama, agree with me, or not one negi also go do one negi wuru Buhari. It doesn't matter. What we are talking about is you saying that the free will, because what about the free will of Mr. Mr. Appa, who is a business owner, who wants to go and sell those things all going on a more float? And this is why I want people to put their cameras on, because achomka mbana made this thing edit ya can village you like ora ni nera ne lega onu ni kuya, because it gets to the point where at a particular point anya at least ajamugi gala chala white by now. There are certain things that you can sit on a stage and you are saying that you do not know onye wa here. Then school or you haven't learned that basic stuff. You cannot break the law and then use the same law. I sat quietly and I let all of you speak. Abia States, the dear to everybody not here. The thing that brought somebody like the process, the election that brought somebody like Alex Oti does not exist in a country you want to balkanize. Isuchayoko. Win is the election. Say, you would have multiplied Alex Oti. You would have been in Labour Party in 5 Igbo states by now. At least to say APC and PDP are nonsense. But you have not done that. It's you Weber. This market thing, I needed to correct that, and they called me 3 times so that don't want we are saying these things and it's so false. Like I have to say these things in Igbo because you don't tie shito child tie shito onye na call her market no more her market na enwere ndi nwe ya no government nwe ya. That's why somebody is telling don't come in, sir. Let me finish. You will let me finish. 19.1 billion naira. 19.1 billion naira. If you multiply it by 5 years, forget to go to forget to go to, you guys don't care about that. 19.1 billion. Kasi go to 10 billion naira. Kandi area market generate on that Monday. Multiply by 6 years, or 5 years, or 4 years, or 3 years, or 2 years. That is not free will, that is stupidity. And I end my case.
Okay, can I come in now?
Prince, hold on, hold
Just
on.
1 minute.
Prince, hold on.
1 minute also.
Apa made this. Are you still with us?
So I'm here.
Okay, if you have something to ask him so that he will conclude with what he wants to say and what you ask him, because unu kwesịrị ime onwe unu, because aba na aba asị na aba ma ibie, so ọ bụ na enwe ihe chọọ iju ya ka ọ clarify ya so that he can conclude with it plus ihe ọ chọọ ikwu, then ọ bụ na onwere, let him go ahead. Apamedis.
Okay, as for me state is something clear that I'm not against Alex Oti. The only thing I'm not going the reality on ground in Abia State. Anybody now support Alex Oti, I'm not against the person. If tomorrow my mind tells me to go and vote for him, I'll vote for him. Right? In the last election, I voted for him, but that does not stop me from telling him the truth on the reality on ground. The reality on ground. But even Abia State today, Mepe radio station. Now, ndị bi so places, areas, and then when miscarriage because of what's happening for the past 4 years or for the past 16 years, you see more than 2,000 women when we miscarriage because of bad road and the Borokada. Okay, you nwoke chọrọ nwa for years, nwunye ya just bụ ọkada gba ụmụode from there to nwanyị moto ọlarụ ya the bleeding above ọmụbe come all the 7 years ọ chọrọ nwa. So the problem nọ na Abia State wụ na people nọ na Abia State because of love, even because of people, and you are shying away from telling them the truth. Ya ka m ji gwa gị na what you are seeing in Abia State is just a social media presentation. Let Alex Oti put it out there that he should tell people to open shop in Ariara main market, what is it called, the Ahia Ọhụrụ shopping center, that anybody who do not open shop, that place they will charge the person. You will see the true color of who Alex Oti is. The only thing today is that he refused to tackle these people and the problem in Abia State. And another thing he said there is that he gave people in area. I was the day he made that statement. I told them that this is not leadership. If you want to lead the people, you lead the people. And you have for choice. I will statement to make here. Also na getting your hope yourself. No onye chọrọ imepe ahịa ya omepe ahịa na-achọ imepe ahịa ya ọhapụ ahịa. No, that is not how leadership is being done. Leadership should be that ọwụ na nwata na-eti aka n'ọkụ gwa ya na lekwa aka ị na-etinye n'ọkụ adị mma. Okay, onye kwuru okwu a na ọmụego ole Abia State na-lose every Monday. Then ya gwa m na enwere local government na function every Monday na Abia State. Enwere school na function every Monday na Abia State. Na awụ boarding schools. Ụzọ niile mention na one of the fat area, Orata, Umojima, Umode, Dana Ngwa Road, the Osisi Ọma, ABIA, go to flyover, all those roads who lead through those places, Umuebeka, those places, even Port Harcourt Road, Aroraro, both sides, left and right, street really lead into the major places, people will be aware in Aroraro. He should dispute the fact that all those places, Alex Oti Arora. That is why MG Joy Ajuju. Unique mention was on that list, apart from those people who renovated Port Harcourt Road or road within our by environment. Can you mention 20 or 30 road that list? Let me know, because everyone say road 414 road in Aba. Then at least 100 or 50 in Abia State, 100 or 50 was issued from Aba. Because nobody now got standing. Nobody now got standing. Say now. And we're up to 200 road or 100 road now. Then we can't have all these bad road and people flood the neighbor people in Abia State. Thank you.
Prince, you will come on board now, but please, I want you to address us with facts, okay? We want to hear what the governor of Abia State has done, where and where. Somebody asked, please, can you tell us the roads Alex Oti has done? Please, Prince, please, your final remark, why giving us some facts? Go ahead, Prince.
Thank you. To start with, him equal a lot of things. Oteshine lose 19 billion na ahịa Soludo bịara bịa mepe and since o mepere the market o kwesịrị wụ na uzuzi the 19 billion amakwana m ma maybe a ga-adrọpụrụ anyị ihe o jizi the 19 billions na-eme ka anyị na-ahụ ihe eji the 19 billion na-eme mara ihe anyị na-elose maka the 19 billion na yes a na-enweta dị ego but ọ dị ka na-agba ya na akpa ejikwana anyị ihe eji na-eme anyị mara uru ọ bara. Then another thing awụrụ yes ọ gọọmenti nwe ahịa and the government of Abia State agbachighị ahịa. Government of Abia State gbapere ahịa ndị nwe shop chọrọ imepe shop ha mepere shop ha ndị si na ha agaghị emepe nke ha emepeghị nke ha. My brother na-ekwu okwu ọ gaghị sị m that na Monday ruru ya emepe shop ya enwe anybody bịara bịa si ya mechie shop ya. And Sunday talking of ego a na-eluzu na Mondays maka na agbachiri shop, what of ego a na-eluzu na Sundays maka na agbachiri shop? So ọ bụrụ that na ọ maka ego ahụ problem ka gọọmenti dị mbụ n'otu mekwe people force ka ha na-emepekwe their shop on Sundays. So now talking of ụzọ ndị Alex Otieno Omenoko bridge ọwụla rụrụ ka arụrụ ya boss ndị these places maka mụ ebighị n'Aba but ihe somebody like kedu m aha ya nke a na-evidio kere ihe everything yes kepu ọhịa nwa na cover all those places. There is one place like that
no social media report so that means Apamedis is right.
Wait, so social media reports.
What you're giving us are social media reports. Because Nyanwa did not quote any Nyanwa. So it's confirmed no social media reports. Continue.
No, you want to keep a social media report, but you have learned on social media we have video live post to on social media. Omegi an environment and about social media when it oze maybe ya wuru n'ime social media ka anọ ya physically video ya physically post to ya na social media ka ndị na-aba na social media ahụ ya. When he posted that on 400 and something roads, he listed those roads. Anybody who is sincere will go to Google Map, Google search, and type the 400 and something road. Google area, but insincere people will use the ignorance of people hamitri namagi those roads to talk as if I know the roads. But I will do the search and post it in this platform. Thank you. With this, I draw my conclusion.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Prince. Before I let you go, I want to say something so that you hear it before I let you go. Charles, please, while I camera get on. It's in a social media, no, but on a social media, I know SLS. My name is all social media. Social media, they show you what they want you to see. For example, keta modern weekend say ozo keta mana na azuza bo dustbin do eba na azuza bo dustbin. It is called PR work. You do PR for people. Mana open no Apamedis kita agbafele eba. Sekengi hapukwe ha social media that nya agbafele eba. That they did not show you nke dị n'azụ. Camera is about angles. It's about angles. Just like mgbe mụ na my wife na-eme content na anyị na-ese okwu na anyị na-agbawo na anyị na-eme ihe na enwe ike after ka anyị mechaa content a eje pịa ọkụ pịacha ọkụ pịagbusi ọkụ mma pụtakwa gbakwa camera ọzọ. You are mad, you are fool. It is what they show you that you will see. Man, I would have loved you ka ọ bụrụ na ị na-agba dị ụzọ. Just the way Apamedi sits when I'm agbacha. I'm not saying that Alex Oti is not working, but let us not be carried away by emotions. Sometimes emotions cloud our sense of judgment. I want you. Don't say that somebody is lying. Somebody an account of what he's witnessing. That is my problem because I
No, I
wanted you
didn't
to
say
mention
he's
some of
lying.
these things.
He's listing the ones on Arubik. He was listing the ones on Arubik.
No,
You
he
understand? On the
commended him
list,
too.
in the
He
Arubik.
commended him too. He commended him as well.
Apa me onye APC. So when you na-ekwu about
Okay. Now let me now let me come give the roads. Port Harcourt Road, 1. Ohanku Road, Ude Agbala Road. My brother nwere ike na confirm ma ụzọ ndị arụbe ya. Imo Road, MCC Old Express Road, Omenoko Bridge, and the 30-kilometer Arochukwu Road. Nke ọbụla m kpọrọ ma ọwụọ ya, my brother,
I can confirm that you are
he
browsing.
can come up with
I can confirm that you
Of
just
course,
browse.
not browsing.
No. We're still
Of
saying the
course.
same thing.
Like I told you, a sincere person
We're still
will
saying the
browse.
same thing. Somebody wrote that thing and put on the internet. You are still browsing. I'm talking
No,
about.
if you can remember what you said, you said that I should name the road so that you will go and see. So I'm naming it now from him browser. So go and
You
see.
cannot browse. You will tell me what you've
You-
seen. Thank you very much, Prince. Thank you for having you. Nice to have you. You are we bent our rule to have you. Charles, why is your camera not on? We want your camera to be on so that we'll hear from you. Otego iji akpọ mmadụ onye.
Agwa m n'ebe m nọ dị dak gbanga m na agwa ngwa ga-agwa na ọ bụrụ ụzọ ibutukwa m 2000 gwa ndị mmadụ na-ekwu okwu ebe a.
We're not doing that again. Only open actually, I need people to be putting their face and their mute your mic. I am a co-host in this room. This will be the last time any singular person who comes here, any singular person in here disrespect him, Ghana gulag. You will listen when I am speaking. I've been sitting here. We will not break that rule again. Because on our camera, can made this thing edit, only open our feel here. Oh, you room no here. This is my real face on this camera now. She made this video. You people, change your name. The consequences of a lot of the utterances people now been on stage, you go on a camera so that I can confirm. Mr. Appa, we gave him an exception because on no go na the camera for a while. We saw his face, we saw his background, we saw he was a real person. We are not breaking that rule again because that way the consequences of your utterances can then follow you with your face. Way camera again and it's too dark. You will come when there is light. You will touch 1 year or it's your generator on. That is the rule. Thank you, Mr. Appa. I had another question, please. You mentioned something about private schools being the ones that are open, and now the governor, because he could know so that one I didn't hear it. Now I'm going to go look for that video. But go about those students because the reason why I'm asking this question, let me give you context. In Anambra State, where sit-at-home has been lifted, there are still communities like in Nnewi, one of our pals, particularly in his place in Nnewi, even when the government has, interfered with that process. Ihe gwa anyị now about ụmụaka na-eje akwụkwọ onwego ka Governor OTG pụtwo si ụmụaka na-eje akwụkwọ ọsụnụ agala like this free will ha na-ekwu na ndị ahịa enyere unu a onwe ha si nye ya ụmụ akwụkwọ ma ọ sị ha okay are they doing I know that there was a time I na-eme classes on Saturdays otu ha yesi. You said your family is using private tutors and stuff to do lesson. Can you speak to that a little bit? Because when I made my own investigation, because they're more important to me, just as important as the market one is. So when we're going video school about it, about students not going to school or having the choice not to go to school. But if you don't know, well, that's okay. I just wanted clarity on that.
Okay, thank you very much. When it comes to education in ABIA State, I'm one of the people named advocates for students to go to our school on Monday. to be honest, out there, and we've been balanced what you put here to students in other states or teachers in other states or commissioner of education in other states to ensure that students return to school on Monday. You have not commented on that, and if you ever comment on that, that will be a minus for him because of ndị nwere onwe nọ n'Abia State, because isi ka ebido school on Monday ọ ga-adị ka ịdị against them na ihe ha na-azọ. So the governor of Abia State are commented on education on Mondays, or to take a leadership to the level that to ensure that all the schools in Abia State can make on Monday, and they announce to parents to ensure that their children goes to school on Monday. Education system in Abia State in terms of every Monday is a disaster. And then another thing not on Abia State in the aspect of education is that you promise 41 smart schools. You promise 41 smart schools, but before I say that, private schools in Abia State in Aga school, especially one of the best schools in Aba, Shorehead or boarding school. I'm 100% boarding school, but all boarding school. Anytime I'm there on Mondays, everyone can get a full student on the national hostel, but to down, because down is like a 4-story building. Down is the classroom, while the up 4 is the hostel for men and female. On the night, I was in about to Nalaga school on Mondays. DJ going to teach Mahadia. But when it comes to primary schools in Abia State, secondary schools, nursery schools, and when the Naga school on Mondays, most of the school they can focus on Omahia. Everyone who much effect of sitters, very few, and they got no Omahia and Naga school like I said. I had 15 in one class. Abia school on Monday, and Ghana was 7 or 10. So education system on Monday in Abia State. And one year guys up in Abia State. If I would camera be Abia State, Ghana schools, I can send one of my rider to. I run a logistic company in Abia State too. Sometimes I hear a day in a shop, and I can go myself and run logistics and come back. It's just a kind of a side hustle. So when it comes to road and things happening in Abia State, only I know Fuebe cannot tell it more better than me. Then the governors of Abia State promised the 51 smart schools. And when the 2 smart schools, the one at Obakala Junction, I went to that place after commissioning of that school. Then I asked myself, what is smart about this school? Because it's a smart school. Then how many computers are there? Is it up to 100 computers? I went up to 100 computers. Assuming Abia school on Monday, they have like secondary schools or the primary schools not there. Primary 6, primary 3, primary 1. Now those can computer training. If you pick 100 students each, how many hours will it take? About 200 students to run that computer training. Let me say they want to use computer for teaching or do computer training in a day. Even I go there 100 in a week. I got Shabeya. So I'm trying to know what is smart about the school. Now, when you look at the school, here school already. Your room upstairs is just a bungalow. You put a straight wall, then renovate the area, go inside the class, then paint the area, roof area, and other things. Now, how far is the library? Teachers' quarter. Teachers' quarter here, be good. You guys now, here I bet teachers no, own AC, own a good fan, own a solar energy. You got a level who run at the school. And when a hostel alone at the school, when I hear a government school, only should be private, only should be in a boarding school, especially in the secondary school, all this is now. So, a Ghana the laboratory, a Ghana library, and when I cook one there. Student when na even na smart school na say okay only dey gas what textbook ni ma ya e cho ge Ghana system or ge Ghana library where akwụkwọ ọbụla chọrọ ịga go ga no kpakala na agbo anybody nọ na Abia say ya ga no kpakala ga library na ebe akpọrọ smart school and when a library don dey well equipped for primary students ma akwụkwọ nọ dey ga ezu ụmụazị e ga na kpakala ebe ahụ smart school ọkpọrọ people to commission ele hostel nọ there toilet igwuregwu ka ebe hole agbapụrụ dia ka mmiri nọ dia water system na function very well. So when I come to look at 1 billion and 5 billion for each smart school for 51 smart school, out of 51 smart school, 2 commission Then, what are you trying to tell the
Your
people?
background is
On
very,
every channel, the
very
smart school.
noisy. Ndị neighbor gị ọkada ka a na-agbakọ keke, ndị neighbor gị is stubborn. Tell them to calm down now. Akwachi ejigo ka onye na-abụ
Most
ụdị
of them
ahụ
are abatawala ọrụ.
ewepụ that na I've seen where you are. Aka m ajụ whether ma ọ na nga ka ị nọ wee na nke asụsụ na ndị prison na-emezi TikTok na aka so.
Yeah, let's come outside.
Okay.
So Naju, what is smart about the school? Because ọwụ na ịbịa le anya enwe ya na-akpọ na ịrụrụ smart school like the one nọ n'Enugu. Ịhụ na ihe a smart school ịghọtala. Watch out all those smart schools nọ n'Abia State, a state government project, a primary school or private, you get compare. Now, what the 5 best primary school and secondary school in Abia State? And when you get compare the smart school, and when you get the smart school compare, no one. So teacher Roro, Abia State, or we be around Abia State or like the population in Umode primary school need the upstairs. I cannot dispute the fact that the quality within I draw a lot of people from private school now by government school. Yes, population is increasing. You can know the primary school now, also primary school. You can have different color of private school uniform. The trouble is the come and take the education. You don't go to private school, and you know has now protection at private. You can say second government school, but it's the classrooms and everywhere enough for them. And you can see in the pattern of olden days when during military regime, out of the secondary school, bungalow. Uba and ecosystem went upstairs, 3 decking, 4 decking, contain all within 1 million students in each school. At least the buildings and everything will be enough for them. And when classroom, when library, when anything hatch. So the smart school on our
Thank you. Nwa bụ eze na nwa Chinemelu biko gbanye na kamera unu ma ọ bụrụ nchọ ijoin anyị. Enwe onye jụ sị gịnị ma anyị ji agbanye kamera ka anyị wee fụnụ iru onye na-agwa anyị okwu ka anyị wee fụnụ iru onye na-agwa anyị okwu so that we will put a face to what you are talking about. Ọ bụ na radio show it is audio mana nke a bụ a visual show. Nwa bụ eze, please can you put on your camera? No sir, not yet. You were up to 1,000 followers, my brother. Okay, on na dema forget. Ito na Aba, do you have experience in Abia State?
Anagom na Aba na travel.
Okay, so, my co-host, should we allow him or should we? What do you think?
No. I want to correct some.
I'm asking if does he live in Aba now or is it? Am I not audible enough? What is this thing that you people do? You hear me speaking.
I'm nothing.
Just mute your mic. Like
what is this thing?
Is uncomfortable. Mute your mic. Mute your bloody mic. You do this all the time. It is disrespectful. You may not have regard for the women in your life. But imana co-host this now and I'm not chinyere nyawa aka self na say okay ebe ọ na-ebi hu na Aba currently maybe o nweke obi na Ngwa or obi na somewhere that is in Abia State onye from that perspective that way they wouldn't because Apa be in Aba onye na-ebi on Aba now ka ha happy bia mewe shikwa ageshi type of something Only na chi help, but it
watching a mellow, please go. Well, I camera go. Watching.
Mr. Watching a mele, igabwi camera ge. Do you have up to 1,000 likes? When you see confirm or maybe ibina maybe the environs of when you go any context as
yes.
we can
Watching has up to 5,000 followers. So
watching a mele. Can you put your camera on? Because now, but go to camera on. Can happy we keep saying the same thing. Or this is going home after can make it here. Mr. Watching Mary, are you still here with us? Are you trying to be part of the conversation? If the answer is yes, we would love to see you turn on your camera so that we can establish, number one, that you're human, that you are who you say you are, and that you stand 10 toes down on the things that you're going to say on this stage today. Sometimes on TikTok if somebody else wants to come up, send that request. But this I'm on break while Ibrina Aba. Particularly, Oma has the capital, so certain things in the capital for Aba business people. I want to hear them. Students, parents, we want to hear from you. Do you feel like all free will again on Monday? That we want to hear those things. This thing gulag. Here. If these things that Apa has said about Aba, or on a dig manante, as you are hearing it, forget who you support. Emezeka or Ayeko Onyana support. We will not talk about Ali. The first thing you asked me when I came on this stage today was in terms of Anyuanine Bundibo, Mr. Mwabwezebo. Are you able to confirm if you are from any of those places I mentioned? Status update or the state of things from where you are in Abia State?
Obro ya mo abero here in my agreement onwa obra junchore onwere you that's why we request why be here abem here in my agreement mo be na nka me cause it's na government we right na afia and authority na afia because no egolo mo shop na.
No, you don't do that. Introduce yourself, tell us who you are. Tell us where you are joining us from so that we'll establish that. Tell us who you are, where you're joining us from, Ebonyebo, so that we at least if we cannot see you, we can actually know who you are. Please, before you say whatever you want to say, go ahead.
Hello? Abomo onye na-ezo afam bụ nwa bezi Igbokwe. Amoye Enugu State. Ọ bụ local government Mgbo Ntago. Anọdam na so abụrụ m obere nwa anakwụ n'azụ ara nne ya. Etozuru m ihe eji nwoke eme. So adị m ezo Otago. Ihe nji na-ekwu ya bụ na ọ sị na gọọmenti nwere right na afia because akwụkwọ achịtanụ m ihe m fụrụ there bụ na I'm the owner of this shop. Enwere m 100% right na shop a ime anything. Nwere nwa ya akwụ okwu ka na-ekwu gịsị na-asị nwere ike ise ndị CJ na ihe ya ọfụkwụ ya Otago. So ebiri m na-aba abụrụ m onye Aba my uncle nwere factory na Aba gị nọ na-aba ị ga na-anụ maka Grand Prix Paint Otago awa nwe ya awa family company before m pụọ Otago. So and secondly enwere many ihe nwe na Aba but
the government I don't want you to go too far. It's about to be a storm. That's why I'm looking outside right now, guys. So in case network have a storm coming. But area markets, hold on. I'm a co-host. Please just look. I'm not a mic. Because you mute your mic. Area markets, okay, is a government owned markets. All of the Ejime Konha Ebemshi from Umagara, I gave you an example, and I said your local market or your LGA now in on that market now, in shop stall outside of the markets. That's not what we're talking about. Markets ni no na ma laba ma area market or their states in where is not me telling you that. It is what the law says. Okay, this is not an opinion, it is a statement of fact. They are not privately owned. And I gave you the particular example of Azonia Shabia states. I am half Abian and I'm proud of it. I gave you an example because why? My parents had a lot of stalls in that market that, you know, caretakers were taking care of as far back as like the 80s. Now, when Ikbazu came, and what the market in my hair, it's like around Ishi Gates. If some like when marketing no there before. If you remember that Mbobana Chi move market that usually ana signal move the traders either or exchange or something. Ikbazu was able to lock that place down, basically turn it into like a private. Why? Because as the executor of that state, the CEO, the governor of the state, that area markets, any market in Eku, mepe shop ni logge more, company get there. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the stores in the market. Yes, you own the stores in our where, but it's like owning a house in America. The land is 100 years old. Technically, you own it, but you don't own it because kedonye where the market or burogunwa where the market. So I am a governor Ejibiase muneme pero na ihe ga-eme otu a. That's what we are talking about. Is that, you said you had a particular question about that? Is that clear? Do you want to maybe ordinary media? Ga check here. We can Google here now. We talk about Alaba market is owned by the Lagos state government. Area market is owned by the ABIA state government. Main market is owned by the state government. That is why the governor could give ultimatums as the CEO of the state. I hope I have been able to clarify that.
Even Ananage, government can revoke it.
Yes, now you are. It's like your rent. It's like on a
government can revoke even by your father's, you know, and obigi
ancestral land.
Ancestral land. The government can revoke it.
Yeah, in America too, it's the same thing. Yeah, and if they find anything on the land too, I mean, that's they own it too. So it's like. Okay. I mean, they can settle you and, you know, try to negotiate with you. You know, you notice that when they started discovering oil, that's one of the things that they had, where in here but actually oil there, because everything that is in that land, you know, that is found belongs to the government. That's the law. It's not Chioma now trying to store unkegi. I mean, we ended up selling most of our stores, but store unkegi mana obogi wahia oboro the traders wahia. Now trader unions run it. They are most like, you know, they provide security, they provide association. They are the extension or the arm of the government in AG. Now, you know, HOZ with this license, HO tax, HO more HO3. Sometimes, you know, you want to sell the one on me, make it, those type of things. Those unions, they are part of, they are extensions of the government. They are working in accordance with whatever the government is telling them. So I hope that is clarified for anybody who had that question. Yeah.
Okay. Conclude, since you're here already. Conclude so that.
Okay. And secondly, I don't want Kisha do aggressive. I don't cool down. Kisha na ina bamba na emeya. Obo case something.
I have explained. Please do not patronize me. My name is Chioma Mereles Ahagochu, and I think I have clarified to you what I'm asking you. We have passed that level. Do not. I'm not. No. another man will come here and have a conversation with you. You will not tell them whether they are being aggressive. If I'm aggressive to you, that is not your business. The thing is, and I'm not now.
It's okay,
In
it's
fact,
okay, it's
I
okay.
clarified it to
I
you.
know, I
The
know,
reason
I
you're
know you-
commenting is because I am a woman, and you want to tell, you cannot police how I run the co-hosting gig that I was brought here to do. But thank you very much for your
Okay, fine,
consideration.
fine. Let me
Thank you.
conclude before I go, please. I'm on you know the way Bob, but anything sorry. So,
Move yourself to the gulag, please. I don't have time for this. You
all right.
clearly, you've gotten the message.
CK,
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. And one day also
CK,
because I don't understand why, as educated as I am, as educated as everybody else known at this stage, and when you about aggression in the chamanya, as grown as I am.
I'm going to sorry more than
Akụziere gị something.
five
Ndị nọ
times.
na family unu,
It's,
gwa ndị
it's,
ahụ about their aggression. Go back to the
okay,
gulag.
Ndo,
Go
cancel me,
to the
Ndo,
gulag. Go to the gulag.
Biko, no,
Go to the gulag.
Biko, no, oh, Biko,
Go
no.
to the gulag.
Well,
You
listen,
have been educated. You have been educated.
I thought you guys are done talking about it. Why are you still commenting on
Instead you can say,
her?
oh,
Just let
I'm
her
something.
be. Give
Why
your own
you
suggestion.
something? I'm something. They gave
Let her go.
a
Please.
police my
Ete
tone.
Nuno Abasigo Maka whether she's just
I'm not
say what you want to
Talking
say.
about.
Ma, please.
Family member.
I like more, but I'm going to tell you about them both. Fine. So, bam. Onwe dịka o nwere okwu ọ sị na America na gọọmenti na-enwe yes it's true even though Germany here is almost the same thing ọtagobati gịwa nkwa nwere tin ị nwere ọnụ ọ bụrụ ya na-pose upon you by force a na-enwe agreement ọtago so and secondly hello gbam o nwere ife ọzọ nwekwe na Ọnịcha ahụ nchọ ka gị waga nebara maka nchọrọ ikwu ya here because in fact I will DM you ọtago I will DM you
Ngwandalori nne achọrọ m ka nkọtụ ọ gị okwu n'ọnụ before asị na nna akọtụ mmadụ okwu n'ọnụ. Daalụrị nne. Apamedis enwe ihe ịchọrọ ikwu before.
Okay. Yes, can I clear something about the issue of shop and market Okugedia and the agreement? Okay, nọ n'ime ahịa when Ikpeazu demolish lock up this airline arụgo ọfụrụ now. Then government own shops and the market. And let me say this thing, ndị nke nọ na road like ndị bi ebe osisi ọma local government now like Umojima, ABIA, all those places eke akpara ọwụ na-emenwe burial a na-akwa mmadụ na Umode, a na-akwa mmadụ na Umojima, all those places shop nọ na street ma ewe landlord ma ewe anything ndị obodo na-agbachi everywhere you have to lock it up that day a na-eme burial until emechaa burial 4 o'clock gị ịgbapee shop gị ebe a na-eme burial na Umode, Umojima, osisi ọma eke akpara that side a ga-abịa buru ngwa ahịa na shop gị. So telling me na ị nwere right ịgbape shop gị any day or anytime, why not ịgbape shop esi aha emega burial to show that na ọgụ nwa nwe shop na anytime ị chọrọ imepe ị ga-emepe. So maka ndị na-asị na ihe sit at home na onye ọbụla nwere right imepe shop esi soro no, enwe ndị na-arụ ọnụ a system, enwe ndị na-arụ ọnụ gọọmenti. Then abịa n'ime ahịa my brother enwere ihe a na-akpọ okay abịa n'ime ahịa ndị during Okezi Ikpeazu o demolichiri lock up currently airline o nyere notice before o nyere the first notice 6 months before the demolition. People take ya very serious. My in-law nwere shop there about 3 shop enweghị dịka compensation jụọ ndị niile nwere shop na lock up. Anọ one day even mgbe Caterpillar na-akụtuchi shop ndị mmadụ ka na-agbape shop ebupụsị ngwa ahịa because ọ dị ha ka film akụrụ chef kwa ọma n'abalị. Even this current A line and B line and C line actually equal. But all the coach in check on win election, then Okuze na second tenor. Emechago agreement. Any compensation. Government
assign after comment again. Abia gene. Inwe any opposing onye rate ila anyị na Abia gba first, Enugu second, Imo third, Anambra fourth, Ebonyi last. Inwe any counter opinion about the rating of the government in the Southeast, the 5 southeastern states? Go ahead.
Okay. But the truth of the matter is that I won't know somebody will believer or somebody name here by assumption. I believe them na real. Is the best governor Abia State team, not the best governor in the Southeast. People name is Okalo, all those things. Only through sanitation, attention.
Please come again so that I can hear you well. Please come again so I can hear you well. It's the best governor there. Please go again, please. Come again. We didn't hear you. Network was disturbing. Come again.
Yes, I believe. Okay, now can you hear me? Now, I believe in reality. Now, Alex Oti, when it comes to the best governor in the Southeast, Alex Oti is the best governor Abia State not the best governor Southeast currently. People make mistake that. You cannot compare Alex Oti with the Peter Mbo of Enugu State. Alex Oti you have in terms of performance and the revenue. You can't compare him with the project and the structures Naga on in Imo State. So, start somebody who best governor in a state, and you come to generalize it that Alex Oti is the best governor in the Southeast. People are very wrong about that. So they should know the difference. And when the Southeast, one Abia State. So Abia State, Governor Alex Oti, the best governor in the Southeast, but he can be the best governor. Somebody needing attention to sanitation, to workers, and the education system. In as much as Oti Ivono here Basra City as Monday student in Anaga school, but all the better than other Abia State governors. Not that he's better than other state governors in the Southeast.
In Asena, Obona people like Uche Oga, I think that's what you called. I think Uche Oga should be the CEO of Masters Energy or something. Yes. In Asena, Obona, somebody like him put as an opposition, that Alex Oti will be feeling the heat by now. Did you hear the question? Please, halfway, can you on your camera for us? Halfway. If you want to join us, Mr. Halfway.
I don't know, I'm not on the camera, but my listing.
Ibonya Abia, Abia State.
I from Abia State, and my lap ever. I have made this Sonia and Kemele where one be them.
Okay. Okay. Since now, before my co-host, because I will rule against no camera, but since he's not here, let me permit you as man to man. Oh, yeah, go ahead one day. Till I on Unoku. Go ahead.
And when you have made this about Ebachishi shop, my name burial. Umojima, Umode, Osisioma na Buruburi eba. Wana opano government na Abachishi ebenda. Our government na ishi onwunda honde nde nwobodo nde ngwa nwobodo na abia. Na people intimidating, yeah. But left for people who know a big government they active. I didn't show nande nwobodo nde na emepe shop ha during market days akwe otara ka ha re ahia o dicha ka ihe a umu otu ndị Ọnịcha like ndị amami otara yem na-ekwu like ndị nwe ala a na-akpọ ndị nwe obodo na-eme ọwụ na-ebe gọọmenti na-arụ ọrụ ewu nka mmadụ ga-abịa sị gị na ị ga-agbachichiriri shop before because of na a na-eli ozu. Chioke cheke ni enwere sense dị na ya enwe sense dị na ya ọ ndị nwe obodo ndị na-eme ihe a and no particular area ị ghọtara yes individuals na-eme ya ọwụghị na gọọmenti. So ka anyị hapụ like ihe na-eme ebe a ihe a ndị asị ndị otu na-emekwe ndị nwe obodo na-eme n'Ọnịcha ha na-eme ya n'Aba ndị ngwa na-eme ya n'Aba but ọwụghị ka hapụ mistake as government or failure of our government. Akwe ghọtara failure of our government. So nke ahụ adịrị iche ndị na-ekwukwanụ maka ihe ala ọ gọọmenti nwe ala. Anyị cheta mgbe okezi ikpeazụ pịara from number one Port Harcourt Road pịa from number one Port Harcourt Road to flyover ọ kụrụ both sides. Akwe ghọtara ọ kụrụ ụlọ amami ma Port Harcourt Road ọfụma. Okay, amama how many kilometers or but ya from Asa Road kwụọ ya from there ruo number 1 mere na ụzọ ahụ ji dịtụ wide. Akwe ghọtara ọ bụrụ that na ọwụ ụgwụ a some people self are compensating ha, some people enye ihe ego ọwụla. Trust me, ị gara Port Harcourt Road ị ga-ahụ 2-story building akụọ into ha akụọ half ị na-aghọta. So all government nwala enweghị ihe ị ga-eme about it. You can't do anything about it. So
performance Alex Ot performance Alex Ot performance Alex Ot
ihe ọzọ m chọrọ add wo o nwere ọ dị good for ndị Aba. He's just doing the bare minimum. He's just doing the bare minimum. Just obere ka ọ just satụrụ people ha na-eti mkpu. Akwe ghọtara and anyị na-ekwu aba Abia. I know that na Abia State a na-akpọkwa two local government. Aba na-akpọ Aba South na Aba North. What of other local governments? Ama me ghọtara ishi from Aba ahụ pụọ gbapụta ugwu na agba obere. Ebe niile tiri eti o. Ebe niile tiri eti. Even ma arịarị ọ na-eti ọrụọla nwanne akwa day before yesterday wo Saturday mmiri zoro. A-line m hụrụ video. Aka nwere the video ebe a. Nwanne ihukwa otu mmiri ishi toko ebe niile, bottle eju ebe niile, very dirty. So o just to metro Aba obere ebruzi over hype were hype chi eji hype chi igbu the man. Even man when ị garuo na Aba ahụ up till now na Aba ahụ 90% of ụzọ ahụbeghị ya anụ. Bro mute onwe gị. Ị garuo na Aba ahụ 90% of ụzọ nọ there, they never build them.
Engineer Noye, biko gbala camera gị on please, and then wait to be called up before you talk please. We do things organized there. Still go ahead halfway.
Yeah, so ị garuo na Aba ndị Igbo anyị nọ ebe a na-eme overhype na-eti gbogbogbogbogbogbo. Nwanne 90% of the ụzọ niile nọ there nwụrụ anwụ. 90% enwere ebe ị ga-agbapụta otu a gị na-ajụ ọ ndị mmadụ like ike otu enwere many families there na-agbapụta nnukwu ụrata. Even Port Harcourt Road a na-ekwu gburugburu ebe ahụ niile Akwaba South gburugburu ebe ahụ niile Port Harcourt Road a na-eti arụrụ Port Harcourt Road street niile n'ebe ahụ nwụchara anwụ. Street niile n'ebe ahụ ewere overhype chi igbu the man ma ndị na-alatabekwudo abụọ ma ndị nọ na-eti mkpu n'ahụ be the place. Ị na-aghọta na South East ahụ ị compare ya to ọdụ onye na-compare ya to Imo State ahụ adịkwudo onye ahụ. Ịnọgide gị were Imo State na compare ya Abia State ọ ndị na-amakwudo ihe na-eme ihe ahụ. So mụ ama Ebonyi State agabe ma Ebonyi State ị compare ya Abia. In fact Aba wo obere ebe Aba Aba, ịma people na mistake Aba. Ha mana that na Abia State nwere mụkwa nwee other local government. What of a na-akpọ 2 local government alone? Aba South na Aba North, wa sọsọ Aba. And out of 20 something local government, and I hype 2 local governments also. Amamolo Moaya nwere. Even 2 local government, and one name 2 local government of Aba South na Aba North. 90% of the road n'ebe ahụ nwụrụ anwụ. Ọkwa the normal places a na-arụkwa Fox Road, Port Harcourt Road hype wala Port Harcourt ọrụ Port Harcourt Road ọrụ. Street niile nọ dị anwụrụ anwụ. Nyekwu street a nyekwu in the next 4 years. Ebe ahụ niile enwe potholes ebe niile.
How about electricity? Because I don't know 24 hours light na Aba na all those things. Apart from also because I know that the hype is not just there because I hear Alex that some of us have seen. So apart from also in a certain even electricity, even free education, all those things. Go ahead.
Nwanne m ka ebe hụkwara na anọgide nnọọ so akpọlite gị nnọọ na Abia State ga-ebu ụzọ nwee free electricity, nwee 24 hours electricity before Imo State or Anambra ka Enugu. Enwere ihe a na-akọ ya times gị iche ya gị ile onye ahụ anya gawa ebe ha na-aga nwee free electricity gị enwe free electricity ndị a nwere enwe free electricity ha nwere enwe ọkụ ọkwa ha enyere enye bicha ha prepaid meter. Gọọmenti kwesịrị na-eme ka ego ma enye ha otu esi eme n'obodo oyibo ma gịnị.
No, because constant electricity.
Enwe hapụ asị ahụ enwe. Take it from me, enwe constant electricity not there.
Somebody just said in the comment section, Africa Voice TV, 24 hours electricity in Abia, in Aba. Somebody just said it.
Hapụ onye ahụ. Ụlọ ole campaign nwere na Aba asị. Onwe constant electricity not there. Even say for 3 weeks now. Otebe aka wetere ọkụ just day before yesterday ka ha kanyere ọkụ for 3 weeks ọkụ adịgo themselves. Aka wetere ọkụ ewete. Enwe constant electricity not there. Enwe constant electricity na ya. Enweghị free education or taka free education nọwara na Aba. Ndị a niile na-ekwu ha gakwara school na Aba. Ọnwụ na ị gara school na Aba ị ga-ama na free education anọwala since na. Onye ọla gara school na Aba mana free education nọ since. Mụ agara Constitution Crescent na Aba. Mụ awa ezigbote nwa Aba agara Constitution Crescent na Aba. Agara Constitution Crescent pụta na Aba Town Hall tụtụọ carbon paper. By then anyị na-aga primary school ebe ahụ all free education as of 90s so ọjọ ụzọ kala abịakwa. Onye ọla gara National High School, onye ọla gara school na Aba mada na ihe na free education dị na Aba since ọwụ alesi etinyere school. Nwanne lenu school now. School self adịghị mma ịzụ ọkụkọ. Or just few. Nke anọ ma ịgbatute naanị school ọgbasị nke awụnụ onye nna m previous government rụrụ ya arụ. Ịgbafete ha n'ọgbọhị kpotu ha n'ugwu ọgbọhị la. Nke ahụ nọ webe arụ. Gaanụ na ụmụ agbaghị ọ kara arụ ụmụ agbaghị arụ. National High School nwụrụ anwụ. Ọdụ na tekenu kamera gị gbagharịa na-aba hụ na ihe a ha na-ekwu na ahụ ndị Igbo ke gị na ha na-eme ihe gba ndị Igbo na-atụ ashị ha na-atụ ntụ.
So I have a question. I have a question. Electricity generation has been moved to the concurrent list. Okay, so come draw one day. So first, let me ask the first question. Area markets on 24-hour lights and when infrastructure like I know the everyone behind about green energy and solar and all that. Area markets on at least maybe 12-hour lights every day, because if we're talking about increasing productivity and all that, productivity is very high. So okay, we don't live in Abana, so we will defer to what you guys are saying. But inside our area market or coordinate area market.
Choma, ọkụ adịghị n'arị ara. Ihe people na-eme enwere ndị na-enwe generator. enwere ndị ama mo ihe people na-emewu otu ugbo anyị na ugbo na ị nwere ike nwe your own generator akwa ịghọtara big lister so if you get people a hook
yes, but on your own, so
but they will give government
if people are still doing what they were doing before
supply
OT.
people.
No, okay. The reason why I'm asking that question is, I ask Google now. I'm like most Nigerians I know. What does it mean when they say that electricity has been moved to the concurrent list? It just simply means that energy generation with at the state level. So, casing here with the limitation in a place like ABA, because Umbru governor, I may not focus on residential areas. I will focus on where the commercial center is at first. You go to have 12 hours productivity lights. From that time in maybe those 6 a.m. on one machine to maybe 6 p.m. As is in all quadra. So, but between if electricity is in the concurrent list, be moved to the concurrent list, what does that then mean for places like Aba, with sort of a leader that our people have, or a governor that our people have isolated as the best of the best, right? Can you prevent OT today to generate electricity? Would it be the federal government? Would it be in the Fulani? Would it be in the APC? Would it be in the PDP? What would prevent that? I mean, of course, infrastructure, sure. Okay, taking time, but what is preventing that kind of stuff from us getting maybe 12-hour light in our area? In your opinion now? Because we know that.
Okay, can I state the condition on Ariad? Okay, like yes, I want a green energy.
Okay.
Look at green energy. We see Banjo commission. Then green energy was not functioning that well, like in your 24 hours electricity. Although I link up with geometric, but currently the condition in Ariara is that Ariara didn't wear 24 hours light because in here more rationing. Every talk 8 o'clock or 8:30 in the morning. Although you take at 12 o'clock where another one is after 2 hours or 1 hour get with like in Kemne use in a shop. Then everywhere there or 4 or 5 a walk. Then sometimes and when it's on a more black at that obia when it's all game okaga HG.
Apamedis, we lost you. We can't hear you. We are not hearing you. So you have to hold on. Halfway, can you
Okay. Well, Apamedis na no n'ime ahịa, but owoge ono n'ime ahịa. So, but ihe mma that na currently ebe mma people na ano that na otu ha nwa shemewu. Na how I nwere independent otu ugbo na m n'ugbo na nwere ike set up my own list, my own generator, my hinine people are connected to my own. Then I will supply to people. But all come people she hype when all call the 24/7 no nyola n'ime ahịa is a lie. It's a lie. So, but probably in the buy when it can do to maybe Hadibu used to have 4 hours light a day, or Hadibu used to talk and you have 4 hours, you're always on every day, not 24 hours.
Okay.
So seasoning at least in the propaganda, because most people, because I like statistics. From the time we've been in this room now, going on 3 hours exactly, about 90% of the people in this room who have been commenting, responding to Mr. Apa or responding to me or any of the things that have been discussed, are under the impression somehow that you, Apa, me, halfway, probably Bam, we have been paid to I don't know, maybe like throw poto on what is happening. I don't know, but I don't know this room and go okay my monologue the metric of measurements in here issued. Now, how is it then right? Like because I'm now fearful for the future if If 90% of the people in this room believe that onye no n'ime ahịa anọghị n'ime ahịa na-ahụ those things, is it that they are hopeful that maybe in 2020, because I mean, let me be very clear, there's nobody else who can win the election in 2027. If you look at the numbers, OT is winning, it's like landslide. Oh, Madgamia. Like it's done. There's no so it's already agreed upon that he's going to go second term. So how is it possible then that is it because they are hopeful that na second term or there's a main here hope that truly those roads Mr. Apa na say anyị na-arụrụ ya na arụrụ ya? I'm not. I wish they can come up on stage because I'm not what this confusion of these people are paid. In Nasina Mr. Apa na akwụrụ or hapo shop ya kwụkwara unu no logistics company ọ gwala unu otu sinaga from 1 point to 1 point to 1 point to 1 point. So if the lived history of the actual victims in here metu na arụ or ndị na-ahụ ya not victims, eyewitness doesn't matter, what then matters? Mr. Oh, sorry, let me mute.
Yes. Engineer Nonye, I have to bring you up again because I don't know why you've been applying to appear on my show, and look at you on the comment section telling me that you are finished in Alibo. Look at what you are telling a host that you are applying to appear on his show. If I bring you up now, attack why are you telling me this? And you want to appear on my show? How am I finished in Alibo? What did I do to you?
Get them take a walk, my friend. If you want to remove me, yeah, this is your life. Yeah, you have the right to
get away from here. Get away.
Shut up. Come on, get out. Idiot.
Get away from here. You want to enter a house, somebody's house. You're already insulting the person. You're already insulting the person, but you want to come into the person and be heard. I'm finished in Alibo. As in Igbo. Please, Choma, I'm make up boku no. I'm make up boku no. If not, go ahead, my brother.
Issue of electricity. That issue of electricity is that I want the energy list and they are still functioning up to date. I want a green energy. Need to use green energy. They are still functioning, but that one the rational. Only the time and then from morning, afternoon, where then evening, we take where. But what I'm saying is that like Ariana now, many factories, especially the shoe plaza and then all those things. All the government they provide the ala. I don't show na geometric nenye area oko. I don't show na geometric nenye area oko because all na geometric nenye area oko. Then again where people need use lister can we much customer today more than normal light, and that is geometric or those people because need to use lister now more customer than green light and green energy and other people. So even in my area, what can they use? Even the shoe plaza mostly with generator, individual, and those people they use it as a business and then they use lister. Because again, when I shop here, I be my area now. Especially every shoe plaza when manufacturing. Every shoe plaza when manufacturing. Then give home prepared meter. Give home prepared meter. And the bill ana be kwa ni ma area. Here the estimated bill e be ni ma area. So okay, when the shoe plaza here estimated bill one ya. The area and they use NEPA. Here they use their lister generator. Then that green energy now the rational because people even have hope like us now when they may work by that kind of one or two customer in a shop. I have to go up buy a generator so that I get one light. All recently can install solar. So when you take a 24 hours light in the area and the only people in a 24 hours light now they are trying unlike before. Then before this before I commission or this what is it called this geometric places in a like a busy company enwere places na-enwe ọkụ like igoro osisi ọma flyover ebe 7 day advantage because enwere a lot of company ihe a na-akpọ ya awụ company area company light you got those places ha na-enwe 24 hours light because of the company and most of the company mgbe ha na-use estimated be ndị na-akwụcha 14 million 20 million monthly 10 million because of their product ebe ndị nwechakọwapụla ebe ndị ka akpara ebe a ka ị ga-ahụ ọkụ ịghọtala so individuals will be that area ya ka me people ji relocate the individuals will be that area na-ahụtụ ọkụ then so but nke nwere 24 hours electricity na ị ga-aga n'ime ngwa road gị sị na enwere ọkụ n'ime ahịa otu ya dị si nwe ọkụ ị ga-apụ na ya dị ka ị garuzi ime ahịa you have to pay people na-enwe generator okay because ọkụ a na-ekwu okwu ya 24 hours light ọbabeghị n'ime ahịa ọbabeghị into business areas most company na-use ya awụ those steel companies manufacturing companies Coca-Cola malt this Guinness company all those places Z company ebe a rụcha plastic and other places eke akpara all those places ebe 7 day advantage ọgbọ hill those places enwere ebe 7 days glass companies ebe nwechara ihe ndị na-use ọkụ nda and those people nwere direct contact with power system a ga-akpọ ha na phone na anyị nọ production a ga-eweta ọkụ ị ga-afụ ọkụ those places ịghọtala so but ihe mere na-aba for the past 3 weeks anyị nwere ọkụ enwere blackout so ọ dị ka enwere ihe ha jikwa ka I don't know what the problem actually is but they are fixing up something, let me say their gas plant and other things. As in a gas at it, but I don't know actually what the problem is. All 3 days ago, October.
Apamedis, somebody is asking you Legacy TV.
So how would you rate OT out of 10 from 0 to 10? How would you rate Governor OT?
Okay, rating OT from 0 to 10, I will rate OT 5 because of the fund na Batana Abia State. Because of the fund na Batana Abia State, based on performance. Performance unless I'm going to classify it in terms of sanitation, OT bara 9-10. Then in terms of workers salary areas and other things, Obi bara 8-10. Then in terms of education system, I will give him 6 and 7. Then in terms of infrastructure on road, I will give him 5 because the sanitation make way as if we have a good road in our Abia State in Aba. Because I said it here before. Orona okezi bazu na-ekpo date in Abia State. You cannot notice anything unless you are in Abia State. Immediately open date everywhere akwụsị ishi. That is when people begin to be happy because now the first time Hannah somebody there take your sanitation very serious. So all that date you open na imagine people jubilating for water fountain. So nobody will notice the difference between LSOT leadership and that of Okezi. But in terms of rating LSOT from the past governors also, currently LSOT is the best in Abia State. If you bring him up in a southeast, it's not among the best too. I can give him 3. So when it comes to
Abia State, the difference between LSOT
people of Abia State based on
Apamedis. So in as the difference between LSOT and Okezi Azo go Igbo deti.
Yes, that sanitation and the workers welfare, workers salary areas and other things.
Oh, you are ready to go to Southeast government. It's an LSOT bo number 3. So can you bo number 1 and 2 gi? And can you bo 4 and 5 for you?
Okay, when it comes to Southeast generally, I will not compare Hope Uzodinma with Peter Mbo of Enugu State. Why? Because Hope Uzodinma is almost completing 8 years in office. He have done a lot in Imo State. compared to what Petamba did. And Petamba is only doing the first tenure. So comparing two of them is not that fair. Right? But based on performance so far and what governor have achieved in office, you can rate Hope Uzodinma. Then, when it comes to people known at their first tenure, like that of Wefuro, Alex Oti, and Peter Mba of Enugu State, you can rate Peter Mba as first when it comes to Southeast, ndị nọ na first tenure. Then when you want to generalize it on the performance so far, based on road, I don't know, and when the governor, sitting governor, non-Imo State, quality road, by quality and by kilometer, more than Hope Uzodinma. And when we go governor on the Southeast, more by kilometer and by quality, more than Hope Uzodinma, both in Abia State, in Enugu, and Ebonyi State. By kilometer and by quality of road, Hope Uzodinma is number one. When it comes to infrastructure, when it comes to things that give revenue, like gas plants, reviving of Adapam, and so many other things around Imo State, you will see that Hope Uzodinma is topping all of them, things on ground. So I don't judge things based on emotion.
The way you are rating this Hope Uzodinma, are you saying that
I just think
Hope,
if you are first tenure,
are you saying that Hope outperformed his predecessor? That's Rochas Okorocha. The way you are rating him, are you saying that he outperformed Rochas?
Hope Uzodinma did far more better than Hope Uzodinma, based on quality, based on accomplishment.
Come again.
Rochas
We didn't
Okorocha,
get that. We didn't get
when you
that.
want
Come
to
again,
compare
please. Come again.
Okay. Yes, I said Hope Uzodinma have done more better than Rochas Okorocha in Imo State. Then, when you want to talk about Rochas Okorocha in Imo State, Rochas Okorocha himself only laid the foundation. When it comes to accomplishments, Hope Uzodinma have accomplished more things more than Rochas Okorocha, because the only legacy you can rate Rochas Okorocha that is relevant today is the foundation of roads he creates. He creates pathways in Imo State, but he didn't build anyone. He created pathways. He laid a foundation. He opened the eyes of people, both in terms of education and so many other things. But when it comes to somebody who have accomplished something in Imo State, a tangible, a lasting legacy, you cannot compare Hope Uzodinma and Rochas Okorocha. Hope Uzodinma is far more better in terms of accomplishment and other things. After Sam Bekwe, you can get in Imo State, you can get Hope Uzodinma and so many of them, Rochas and so many other of them.
There's something that I noticed, and I think Agama, it's about to storm again. So Agama, I just wanted to say something before Mr. Apps left. There's something I'm noticing, a pattern I'm noticing when you're answering this question. You know how nobody remembers M.I. Okpara, the party that they represented, or De Samumbakwe. Like, nobody talks about that. They talk about, those tangible things. I think that's what Mr. Appa is saying. Now, what scares me about this generation is the fact that most people in these comments don't know what the hell they're talking about either. There's this thing of like, I don't think onye no na Nigeria ye feeling enwe party ge buru ya nishi, like ana ekwu ihe ọganiru ala Igbo, like progress. APC, PDP, NDP, ọrụ AAA, ọsọgodi ya wụrụ PFP, PDF, doesn't matter. What we are asking you is, onye nke no na Labour in Enugu State, you guys are mentioning somebody in Enugu State, quite the same APC as the person in. People are mentioning Imo State, at least Obromune mention. As somebody, I don't live in Nigeria full time and I don't belong to any political party. But what really should scare Unuawumu Okena say, we are the man of the house, we are the, talk to us with low voice, is the direction of the leadership. is not of the overall concern enye nwanyị ihe kwesịrị ịgbasa anyị wụ onye omere ọfụma na omere ọfụma. What people are saying, oh, you are an APC agent. I can't believe that somebody meji aka emepe business na agwa gị ihe na-eme na community. Asị gị okay, hapụzie Aba bịa gwa anyị ihe na-eme n'Ụmụahịa, bịa gwa anyị ihe na-eme na Ngwa. Ị na-achịkwa m na enwero ndị Ngwa n'ebe a ma onwe ndị Abịrịba n'ebe a, onweghị ndị Item not here, and when like all those other places who juchara here. If this is the future of where Igbo leadership is supposed to go, or Bruno, this 90% of what we are talking about right now, Omo Ali Bondo, because Amazimu here in a drag now, because is the Israel people are saying that. Because I'm here saying, and when Karo, we commend, but coming from where I'm coming from, I can't clap for a governor build road. But I cannot say that the person who on that road for 20 years, that person cannot clap, because the lived experience of that person means that for 20 years, they could not go on that road. You see how something can be true, but it's not impressive to somebody like me. So how did people like Emma Okpara do it? You know, people act as if they operated under Biafra or they operated under some utopian country. How did they do it? The Imo State, the only airport that is in Imo State today, was built by him. And road, quality road, these people on their generation, that some of the remnants we here in Ahuzi today, 30 years, I didn't meet any of these people. Yes, some of the roads we had that time cannot. Nobody remembers the party that they were in. Our people are so this erosion in Igbo leadership. I talked about pipelining, and then when they get on gas, if you don't know what pipeline is, it's important that you learn it, because 25-year-olds here, 25-year-old, 35-year-olds, 40-year-olds. Honorable Chidoka said something the other time on your show. He was talking about the age grades that they were. Go even far back. Go on, Buhari the traction of this country into the direction it is today. How old was Ojukwu? Ojukwu was in our set in their 30s, and he was in his 30s. The other heads of states now in their 40s. And they who like ministers, people, you were already a minister by 42. If this is what is left over, how do you replicate? How do people think that an OT was possible? OT did not come from Biafra. OT came because he participated in an election within the Nigerian system. OT used to be in APC before. Under APC, he would have still won, regardless of people act as if it was this Labour Party or whatever. No, he won, and that woman is not Madi Professor OT, the other OT with one T, took the risk that even men could not take. This is the direction. As we wrap up these type of conversations, that's what we should be thinking. If the quality of thinking that we have is still so narrow to the point where okay, it's not called the 24 hours. Ndi 24 hours now get their own experience. It's easy that their lived experience doesn't matter. Now we go home. Are you stupid or something? Are you dumb? Why would that be something? May affect. If Abia State is good, what else is there? Ishina Oka Oru 3 a.m. Ishina Oka T Isino Maha Bi Ishino Maha. Oh, Isu Maha, like Omaha to Mbise, where I'm from. Iru from Obo. To tell you guys that I'm grounded, okay? It will take you 30 minutes if you one whole obstacle now. Then what is 30 minutes? 30 minutes is from here where I am right now, just to get into downtown DC. Just 30 minutes. Before equal flavor, one album self half Iruebi Neje. Why am I saying this? It's for people to understand that Igbo demma, Abia State demma, Umuahia demma, Obro no Kwadege. You can hold two truths. You can say that yes, Nonya ihe ọhụkwara no mgbe o ruru dia too much, and he will have to establish some things before one, and everybody will say yes, it's true, because there 20 years ago the area market was already useless when he got there. So maybe at least nobody is coming here and saying that he's adding to the problem. I think that's at least a plus, and I can use it and give him one more point, because at least nobody's saying no be yakasi nke he's adding on to something. And for that, and I think that any Igbo person just so as long as you don't make it worse than you found it, as long as ijide obro plan ani Igbo, obro ihe gbasara ani Igbo, obro project asigi run ani Igbo, obro ego enyere gi ka iganye ndi Igbo, as long as you don't go there and make it worse than you saw it, that you left it even slightly better, what you're doing is making a softer landing for the person Gabia afterwards. And it could be your child, it could be your wife, it could be you yourself. And if it's this level of thinking, and I'm more able, how do they teach politics in Nigerian schools now? Like, I don't understand. Like, are they not teaching social studies or whatever? Because the fact that people don't know what even the executive arm of the government, the legislature, some people, the other day, don't I argue, legislature is the National Assembly. It is not the judiciary. The judiciary will judge a court. I na church na na call one or na back and forth. They check one and when he till na my grandmother yes na the reservoir. One kwa head na reservoir. The thing all the empty there. And I demand that we start really early. This is where I hold people like Chidoka, people like Obi, people like all of these people who are supposed to be the mouthpiece of a generation, or the people who are supposed to represent our Igbo-ness. This is where they have to start creating that incubation. That knowledge that Mr. Chidoka has. Okay? Chief Ndo Obosi. He was dropping so much knowledge, and I know he has a mentorship project that he's working on. But beyond that, how is that? Because when he came diagnosed with chakwa the problem, I'm not malaria or typhoid the wogi, and it will still be to our detriment. Because if ABIA is not safe, Manjem Wimo, and if Anambra is not safe, then we can have a problem. All of these states are interconnected, whether you like it or not. So, if Ali, why must Ali be first destroyed before we can get to the point where we now start seeing the difference between complaining and critiquing? Is that the only difference is that critique nenye solution. Complain na agro, but in wo lilanya na nini na abia. They complain you're gonna agro, but I mean you're gonna die hungry. But if you're critiquing agro, and I'm like maybe $200 or whatever, I can buy groceries or whatever. And I hear it's a solution there. You can join here and sell or stretch here. That is the difference. That's his personal ambition to become a leader. It has to still go through scrutiny. In a matter of but for me, I think he's going to win. And I know that nobody's going to be able to give opposition to him. And I think that is good, because at least him and all that second term muscle. Unfortunately, in the part of the world that we come in Nigeria, second term care, just like in America, second term nobody cares. Second term they just do anyhow. But in Nigeria, I'm hoping that for people like him, people like Mba, people like Onyekwa first term, I don't know, Ebonyi, I hope you can come up and tell us, because I'm not that's your state. But the other states, I know people like Mba, the 4 years that they're going to take in 2027 can become the pathway gas soft to know the landing. And we should care about the quality of leaders that we will have in waiting. You know, if you study the greats, you study history books, even kings, when succession plan, their prince will take over. And when they take it over, so that this power, this governance, this leadership, we have lost experience in politics. I am did so naturally adept at it. We need to relearn it. Me maro Oh, why na akuzigi something in Emeka here. Me Maro say, oh, I didn't know that. And when I've been on social media, man, I didn't know that. The other day, if somebody was teaching me something about soccer, do I care? No. But I say, oh no, I didn't even know that. Oh, now physics, I didn't know that. I'm ignorant when it comes to sports. But I learned something that I can quote it somewhere because all true, and I googled it. People have to get to this point where Anibo is for all of us, and if we want it to be great again, or if we want it to reach its potential, all of us gabakotaka kechia jinume and put our back into it and make sure that it becomes great again. And that's going to be my closing remark. A storm is coming, and agama.
Thank you very much, Tommy. Hold on for a while so that we'll complete together.
No, I'm still here. No, I'm still here. I just wanted to give you notice.
Thank you very much. You talked about learning. You know, it takes humility to learn. You have to be humble because it takes humility to admit that you don't know. One of the problems we have in our Igbo, the problem of Onyisioji is that we attack what we don't understand. Instead of observing and trying to know, we attack. And we have problem of intolerance. Odebalugbo ndị ụka si no omenala bụ problem anyị, omenala si no ndị ụka bụ problem anyị, ndị nwa ndị Pentecostal si no ndị Catholic si no ndị Anglican. That na onye Catholic ama n'uwe onye Anglican. Intolerance is our problem. Intolerance. We cannot tolerate a different opinion. Look at this young man now. He's still on my request list. Engineer Nonye. You're trying to utilize my platform. You know that if you come here, people will hear you. People will hear you speak. You will give your opinion. But first of all, Idego comment. That I am finished in Alibo. This is a platform that has accepted you for you to come and air your view. To air your view. And the only person that I know on this platform before this program started was Chioma Amarilis. That is the only person that I know. Whether me tinye a picture Ekwensu, more picture Chuku, more picture Angel, more picture Alose, more picture Virgin Maria. Once I see you, I bring you up to this platform. I don't know why the first statement you will write to me is that I am finished in Alibo. And then you still want me to bring you up to the platform to talk. Why not allow me to bring you up? You come and say your own. Intolerance. That's our problem. And please, I'm also extending a hand of a right of reply to Abia State government. Please, Abia State government, I would love to come and see things for myself. Please, I don't know. I would have wanted to have any of your political aides to come here and see some of these things that you people have done. But please, if people see this, please, Abia State government, invite BAM to Abia State so that I'll come and see things for myself. I'll come and cover things for myself firsthand. So I am extending this right of reply. Please, Onyebo, the SSA on Media, Commissioner for Information, Abia State, please, I'm extending a right of reply because Alex Oti must be commended. We gain nothing if he fails. We gain nothing if Soludo fails. We gain nothing if Hope Uzodinma fails. We gain nothing if Francis Mwifuru fails. We gain nothing if Peter Mba fails. Just like Choma rightly said, political parties are nothing but vehicles. They are nothing but vehicles taking the politician to his destination. Vehicle. If APC gives P2B platform to run, and if they understand themselves, P2B will use APC and run. If PDP gives him platform and they have understanding, he will use it and run. What we're talking about is destination. Whether me banye GUO, me banye Ife Sinachi, me banye Young Shall Grow, Our own is to get to our point of destination. Why don't we ask the party of APs before we book the flight, or the party of a United Nigeria airline? Why don't we ask the medical doctors that want to operate us, please, which church are you going? Please, which governor are you supporting? Please, do you like Tinubu? Do you not like Tinubu? Why don't we ask them those questions before we allow them operate us? I'm sure if you go to a hospital and they tell you that the best doctor there is an APC man or a Labour Party man, you will not mind. Your own is competence. This program is geared towards re-engineering and re-educating our people. But are you humble to unlearn? Are you humble to unlearn? Onye kwuru ana as an APC agent na akwụghị ụgwọ. So who is paying you now to come and say all these things? Who is paying you? Once somebody comes up with an opposing opinion, that person turns to an APC agent. Can't you be practical? Can't you engage? Can't you bring facts? Can't you be factual? Can't you be argumentative? Bring your opinions. Let's exchange ideas. We are Igbo before we became anything. I will always be here to entertain diverse opinions. I will always be here to entertain you. Next week, join us as we enter Anambra State. Me and Choma will be here. I told you guys that we'll be doing it alphabetically. It is Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, Imo. Next week, Monday, join us here. Let's enter Anambra State. Obonebu onye Anambra, Obonebu political aid, Anambra, Obonebu masses. Biko Biaba, a lot of you will see this one and say that we have invited people to come and talk against Alex Oti. This particular program, I intentionally does not want to invite anybody. So it's just me and my wonderful, amazing, ever-ready co-host. It's just me and her. We'll be waiting for you next week. Choma, I want to commend you. It takes a lot to be a woman in this country. It takes a lot. Most times you have to do double of what a man is expected to do before you are ahead. So I am somebody that is always steered towards woman power. I know your stand most times where you are coming from. You know, there is how we see women, there is how we perceive them. And as somebody known as society like you are, you wouldn't want to take that. So I have to commend you. You've been a wonderful co-host. You've been an excellent co-host. You've been putting up a very wonderful behavior because of me. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. You've been trying to, you've been trying to. So I see him. Thank you very much. Chummy, okay, next week. Come happen before storm one. Storm one. Storm no good.
No, it's summer, but this is like one of the worst ones where I know when like we go upstairs to make sure that family they go okay and the windows are closed and all of that. So that
Choma hurricane or Sandra
no, it's not a hurricane. It's just a storm. It's like clearing now, but there's another one coming in an hour. Okay. So yeah, so right here.
Okay. Let me let you go. Thank you. We'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you, everybody, and thank you guys for being here. And thank you for being patient. I really, really appreciate it. I considering where I grew up. If you come and you've listened to me on Facebook and you had impressions while you came, you're gonna get Chioma authentic all the time. But I'm also going to be considerate of well, my brother here, mbutu. nkurokwa maka ya butuo unu maka osi adem. But you know, I do appreciate you guys being here. I do know that you could have been anywhere else, but you are here and you chose to be here. So for that, I know that eventually the message will get to you. So I hope that you have a lovely evening. I will go have a lovely evening and go drink my pepper soup. And I hope that you guys stay safe there. And we will see you guys on Wednesday on Ajo. You can follow BAM on Facebook. Also follow me. We always put the poster up, but it will be 2 p.m. my time. That will be 7 p.m. WAT Nigerian time. And if anything changes, we'll also let you know. But if you follow me on Facebook, you can. I would always try to put the time there so you can come and join us. Thank you. Bye, guys. And thank you for the gifts. Bye.